Once upon a time, in the heart of the lush, vibrant Nyika kingdom, King Afolabi and Queen Shure ruled with wisdom and kindness. Their subjects adored them, and their reign was marked by peace and prosperity. However, despite their happiness, one shadow loomed over their otherwise perfect lives. They had no child, no heir to the throne. For 4 long years, the royal couple tried to conceive without success. The village elders, concerned for the kingdom's future, advised King Afolabi to take a second wife to ensure an heir. But King Afolabi loved Queen Shure deeply and refused to marry another, choosing instead to rely on the counsel of the chief priest, who assured them that the gods would bless them with a child in due time. As if answering their prayers, Queen Shure soon became pregnant. The news brought immense joy to the whole kingdom, and celebrations filled the streets. When the time came for the queen to give birth, she was taken to the best hospital. But unknown to them, treachery awaited. One of the queen's maid, driven by greed, had found a rich woman desperate for a son. The maid bribed the doctor to hand over the newborn prince and present a dead body to the royal couple. The switch was made, and the maid fled with the child, selling him to a wealthy woman, telling them to never step foot in the kingdom forever. When the king and the queen were informed of their baby's death, their world crumbled. Queen Shure fell into a deep depression. She couldn't understand why she had waited years for a child, carried him for 9 months only to lose him. His life had just begun. Life was so cruel. She mourned the loss of the child that they had waited for so long. All the while, the treacherous maid pretended to share in their grief, never revealing her dark secret. Miraculously, Queen Shure became pregnant again a year later. This time, the couple took every precaution to protect their unborn child, believing their son died due to the evil eye. 9 months later, Queen Shure gave birth to a healthy baby girl. The kingdom rejoiced once more. "But our king, it's a girl, not a boy. She cannot rule," one of the elders said. "Yes, our tradition demands a son takes over the throne," another elder added. "My wife and I have struggled years to have a child. To me, the gender of our child does not matter, as long as we have a child and he or she is healthy. Traditions need to change. A girl can rule too. Change is constant," King Afolabi declared. They had a child to love, and that was enough for them. Princess Zuhura grew up surrounded by love and luxury. Being an only child, and her parents unable to bear any other children, she was doted on. "I want to go to university and live a normal life," a 19-year-old Zuhura admitted to her parents one day. "Education is good, but why live a normal life? You're a princess and our only child," her father King Afolabi asked. I will still be a princess and want the good things, but not too much. And I don't want guards and maids or anyone knowing I am a princess. I want to enjoy normal life, have normal friends, and maybe have a normal boyfriend," she smiled. "The rest is good, but a boyfriend? Never. I will not allow a man to hurt my daughter. They will have to go through me first," her father replied. "Then your daughter will die a spinster at that rate. She's 19. Give her the chance to enjoy life," her mother Queen Shure replied. "No one is worthy of my child," her father added. "But you cannot marry her. You are mine, and along the way she'll find her person," the queen said. "Thank you, mother. No wonder she is my best friend," Zuhura smiled. "Are you saying you prefer her over me? I spoil you more. We hang out more. Anyway, you can go to university and live the normal life you want, but call daily and visit often. And Zuhura, no boyfriends," her father smiled. Her parents, though surprised, supported her decision, hoping she would gain wisdom and perspective. Unbeknownst to them, fate had a twist in store. At the same university was a young man named Kamari, who had joined a year earlier. Raised in affluence by the woman who had bought him, Kamari had no idea of his true heritage. He and Zuhura met through mutual friends, quickly forming a deep connection. Their shared humor and values brought them closer, and soon enough they were inseparable. As their relationship blossomed, Kamari decided it was time for Zuhura to meet his parents. "Dad, Mom, meet my girlfriend Zuhura," Kamari introduced. "Wow, son, she's so beautiful," his mother replied. "Afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Kwame. Thank you for welcoming me into your home," Zuhura replied. "And she's polite and respectful too. Welcome, young lady," Mr. Kwame replied. "Tell us, where are you from?" Mrs. Kwame asked. "She's a princess," Kamari began. "Wow, son, you went all out. How did this blob of a young man get a princess as his girlfriend?" Mr. Kwame joked. "Hey, Dad, do not joke. I got game and I got good pickup lines," Kamari smiled. Zuhura already liked the energy and dynamic of the family. "I am from Nyika Kingdom and my parents are King Afolabi and Queen Shure. I am an only child. I love animals and dancing," Zuhura began. "Did you say Nyika Kingdom?" Mrs. Kwame asked, surprised. "Yes. Have you been there? It's so beautiful and the people are hardworking and friendly," Zuhura replied, smiling. She loved her kingdom and the people. "No, and I forbid this relationship. Son, end it now," Mrs. Kwame said angrily. "What happened, honey? You were just saying of how beautiful she is and now suddenly you forbid the relationship? What is going on and why?" Mr. Kwame asked what was on everyone's mind. "If you know what I know of these people, then you wouldn't send our son to a den of lions," Mrs. Kwame replied. "What do you mean, mother? I have been there and everyone was nice to me," Kamari replied. "You have been there? Never again, Kamari. Let me never hear of that again. Those people are witches and sacrifice children to their gods. That is against our belief and I don't want my son to be hurt," Mrs. Kwame accused. "I am so sorry, madam, but you have a wrong impression of me and my people. We definitely do not sacrifice children, nor are we witches. We value life and all people are hardworking," Zuhura defended. "Where are these outrageous accusations coming from? You haven't been there and Zuhura here is a good girl," Mr. Kwame argued. "Yes, ma'am, give them a chance. I know Zuhura and she's the sweetest and the strongest person I know. We should visit the kingdom so that you can judge for yourself," Kamari said. "I am never stepping foot there and neither are both of you. She has clearly bewitched both of you, but never again. Your relationship ends now. Get out, young lady," Mrs. Kwame said, throwing Zuhura out. What had just happened? It just went from 0 to 100 in just minutes. 1 minute they were laughing and the next she was being forbidden to see her boyfriend Kamari. And where had that rumor about her kingdom come from? She knew her parents, the king and the queen, and her people and their authenticity. She needed to get to the bottom of the matter. Mrs. Kwame, knowing that they were actually siblings and not wanting the secret to be revealed, desperately paid off Kamari's ex-girlfriend to come between them, but their bond was too strong. Kamari and Zuhura, sensing something amiss, pretended to break up, which is Mrs. Kwame's interference. Secretly, they planned to visit Nyika Kingdom to show Mrs. Kwame the true nature of Zuhura's family and kingdom. Kamari lied to his parents that he had a surprise for them and drove them to Nyika. Upon arriving at the palace, Mrs. Kwame was horrified, but hid her panic behind a face of politeness. "Mr. and Mrs. Kwame, welcome to our kingdom. I am King Afolabi and this is my beautiful wife Queen Shure. Our lovely daughter here told us we would be hosting her boyfriend's family. It is lovely to meet you all," Zuhura's father said. "Thank you for the welcome. We hope our son is wonderful and respectful," Mr. Kwame said. "You raised him well. He gets along with everyone. He's already part of the family," Queen Shure replied, smiling. This made Mrs. Kwame almost choke on her saliva. They needed to get out of here and very fast. During lunch, The same maid, Lola, who had stolen Kamari, served them. Recognizing Mrs. Kwame, she was shocked. What was she doing here? She had specifically told her to never step foot back here. She signaled Mrs. Kwame to follow her to the kitchen. Mrs. Kwame excused herself to the washroom. What are you doing here? Are you trying to reveal our secret? Lola said, angry. I swear I did not know we were coming here. I tried to prevent the train wreck about to happen. Mrs. Kwame replied. Then what is happening? Why are you here? Lola asked angrily. My son Kamari and Zuhura did this. They have been dating and I tried to break them apart, but I think they just played me. She explained. They are dating? Oh my God, this is catastrophic. They're siblings. Why didn't you try harder? And don't you know the youngsters of these days? When you tell them don't, it's when they are more attracted and rebel. What are we going to do? We have to stop this, Lola said, worried. I can't lose my son and my husband will be angry and divorce me for lying. We stole the heir to the throne. Nobody can ever know or else we are all dead, Mrs. Kwame said. You need to stop this and ensure Kamari never comes back and he and his sister never meet, Lola said. I plan to ensure that, Mrs. Kwame replied. Their heated conversation was overheard by Queen Shure, who had come to the kitchen to get some water. She learnt the shocking truth. Kamari was her long-lost son. This shook her to the core. I'm so sorry, but we have to leave, Mrs. Kwame said, coming back. So soon? Were we not good hosts? Queen Shure tried playing it cool. No, we have an emergency, Mrs. Kwame said, trying to make her son and husband leave. Not that easy, Mrs. Guards, close the door and bring me Lola now. No one gets out, Queen Shure ordered. Honey, what are you doing? What is happening? King Afolabi asked. Mrs. Kwame, Lola, do you guys have a confession? Queen Shure said. They stared at each other shocked, knowing it was over and they were done for. So, I was going to the kitchen to get myself water when I had a conversation none of us were ever to find out. Kamari is our long-lost son, the child we were told he was dead. Lola here stole our child and sold it to her. The queen shocked everyone. What? Everyone screamed. Why did you do it, Lola? And how? Haven't we been good to you? You knew of the years of struggle we had to get a child. So the pain we had of losing our child and pretended to grieve with us. What wrong did I ever do to you, Lola? And Mrs. Kwame, why would you accept someone's child? Did you sit down to think of the pain of a mother? Queen Shure said, hurt and angry. I'm so sorry. I was greedy for money. Why do you get to have everything? A good husband who is a king? You are a queen and everyone loves you? Why don't I get something good? Lola cried. I treated you well. You lived in the palace and I paid you well, Queen Shure said. I'm so sorry. I wanted a child so badly and I knew I could never get one. So I paid Lola to get me a son. I was desperate and desperate times call for desperate measures. Please do not hate me, son. I am still your mother and I love you, Mrs. Kwame confessed. You stole the heir to my kingdom? Guards, have both of them arrested, the king demanded. You stole someone's child? You lied to me. You are wicked, Alice, Mr. Kwame said. Everything I have known my whole life has been a lie? You separated me from my birth parents. I am a prince, Kamari said angrily and shocked. My boyfriend is my brother? Oh my God. Which universe is this? All that connection was because we were siblings? No, Zuhura screamed. The revelation shook both families. This was the hugest twist of fate. Lessons learned were very clear. True love and commitment can endure challenges, and greed and dishonesty can cause harm. And that everything has consequences. The truth always prevails in the end. And that is the end of the story. Tell me in the comment section what you learned. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share the link with your friends, family, colleagues, and tell them to kindly subscribe, watch my other stories, leave a huge thumbs up, comment, and share. Follow me on my own Instagram at pesh_norma, PESH_NORMA, and below on my description box is the link to my other stories. I kindly invite you to check them out. Salamat and sarange!